So hey guys, today in this video we're going to be testing out a new brand. The brand name is Alter Ego. They just launched their very first eyeshadow palette and they were generous enough to include us in on their launch. I want to say thank you to the people at Alter Ego, especially Tiffany, who I've been corresponding with. I'm super excited. This brand will be specializing in dupe products for higher end brands. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the company. So they included a little bit of information about their brand that I want to share with you guys. And it says, our story, Alter Ego is a beauty without compromise. We offer highly pigmented and luxurious formulation that are cruelty free, so you can recreate the most coveted looks from your favorite makeup artist. Our mission is to make beauty more inclusive and accessible using only the highest quality ingredients and state-of-the-art production methods. We listen to what the makeup community wants to create products for every lifestyle and personality, reflecting the true alter ego in all of us. It's kind of a backstory about how they came about. They was also kind enough to give us a coupon code so you guys can get 10% off. Oh yeah, you guys can click the link below and get 10% off. Coupon code is sister, all caps, sister 10. So I'm gonna leave it on the screen and then it'll be down in the description box as well. Here is the packaging that the palette comes in. It says Alter Ego Temptress Shadow Collection. So I'm assuming there's going to be a collection. So maybe they're coming out with more palettes. It has all the ingredients on the back. So it says all of their social media on the back. It has shopalterego.com, so that is the website. So if you're on social media, you can add them at Shop Alter Ego. And then it also has their address. And then of course it is cruelty free. And with this palette you get 12th month shelf life. The net weight is 18.5 grams or 0.653 ounces. This is extremely affordable. So this palette is $16 and it puts me in the mind of the Bad Habit palette. It's the cardboard and it's a gloss packaging, but it comes in a box. Y'all know how I feel about boxes. So I want to let you guys know that in no way by me receiving this product, get affiliated with this brand, that I would ever come on here and not give my 100% unbiased opinion about any products. I'm always going to be 100% with everybody. The inside packaging looks just like the box, but like the red here, it looks like maybe a sheet silk fabric. It goes along with the Temptress side, like seductive. It comes with the clear film, and then it comes with a mirror, so that is great. Of course, always gotta have our mirrors. It's just big enough to where you can see your eyes. What the palette looks like, as you can see, this palette is a dupe for the Sultry palette by Anastasia. They sent me this one and they sent me the Sultry palette so I can do a side-by-side look in comparison with both palettes. They stand behind this palette so much that they sent me the high-end version to put it up against. Like, that's dope. So here are the palettes side by side. They look identical. Of course, they're in different orders. So I'm gonna stop rambling on about the palettes and I'm just gonna get straight into the look. So I'm gonna prime my eyes using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. My right side, I'm going to use Temptress. My left side, I'm going to use Sultry. Some powder up under my eyes. I don't know if either palette has fallout. So on this side, I'm going to go straight in with that peachy peachy shade called Blush in the Temptress palette. So, ooh, you get no kick up in the pan. Like, little to none. I'm gonna dust the brush off, and we're just gonna put, what is that, blush? Yeah, blush in the crease. That's a nice pigment. And I just want like a thin wash of that just for the crease, because that's really the only shade that I can use in my crease as a transition shade. So I'm just going from outer corner to inner corner. I'm of a darker complexion, so it's gonna take some building to get that shade, but it's there and the blendability is nice. Like, look at that. So I'm done with that. I'm going to take a different brush, go in with the same shade on the sultry side, but you get a bit of kick up in the pan. It's not bad at all. And with that shade, and then I'm just going to do the exact same. I want to use a Whisper. It's a little bit dustier than blush, but not bad at all. So I want to put that in the crease. So I'm just gonna work that back and forth, buffing that in, like I always do. And I just go in like circular buffing motions to buff that in. But these are blending together so nicely. So then it goes on and it looks more like a lavender shade, which is super cool. So we're gonna go in with Slate on the Anastasia side. Bit dusty as well, just dusting my brush off, and then put that in the crease. I love that shade. So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I enjoy Whisper better than Slate, because Whisper has blended in like seamlessly. I'm going back in with the first brush. So between both shades, how Whisper just blended in with blush is super cool. Like, you can't tell where it starts. They just gradually go together really good. You see that line right here? And this side just fades into the other one really well. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can. So After Hours is the deep chocolate brown shade. Pick up in that one, but not bad at all. So I'm gonna put that even lower. I'm gonna take Dystopian. Now that this one is on the eye, although After Hours is a bit more pigmented than Dystopian, but they have the shade down. I want to use Sterling and Cyborg. I love those shades. It's like a gunmetal shade. So I'm gonna cut my crease. So we're going to start with Sterling. Take it straight on the eye and pat that down. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's nice. I'm going to clean up that crease with a more precise brush, but oh, I love that shade. I want to keep going with the same brush because it's working well for me, so I'm just taking it, wipe it off on some clean area. And so Cyborg. Okay. Let's keep digging in there a little bit more. So neither one of these shades I have wet. I'm just going straight in with them dry over wet concealer. And Cyborg might need some help. So I'm going to wet my brush to help. I hate wetting my brush. I don't like it because I have oily eyelids and like the shades crease when I wet my brush, so I don't like to do it, but I have to do it with this shade. Cyborg. So Sterling is a bit on more on a silver tone than Cyborg. Cyborg looks like pink. Oh, those are a bit different in shade. It's the only shade that I can see that's like drastically different. And the Dupe side is better in formula, and I might like the Dupe side better because we're more on the silver tone. They look gunmetal in the palettes, but they're not gunmetal. Going with those black shades, and I want to take Stiletto in the outer corner. To help pull that out. I'm going to take Noir from the Anastasia side. So Noir is extremely black. Quite honest, Stiletto is black. It is not as black as Noir. So I kind of like the way this blended better than this. I had a little bit of fallout up under my eyes, nothing too bad, and it was good because I had that powder up under there, so it just dusted that away with no problem. Anastasia Sultry palette on this side. We have the Alter Ego Temptress palette on this side. And I think they look very, very similar. The only thing that I see is different is the lid shade. Not the same at even close. Not close at all. I like the Sterling shade better than I do the Cyborg shade. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them so you can see exactly what I mean. Is the Alter Ego, which is Sterling. Look how beautiful that is. And then here is Cyborg. So can you see the difference? Cyborg is a bit more champagne. It's like more of a pinky tone, whereas this one is your straight silver shade, lighter bone color shade. In the Sultry palette is fresh, and then in the Temptress palette is lace. So here's fresh, here is lace. look really similar in tone. Seduction is the dupe for Pearl. Pearl. Here is Seduction. So that's what those two look like. Seduction is a bit more chunkier than Pearl. Okay, so we're gonna do Steampunk from the Sultry palette, and dupe for Steampunk is Guilt. So there is Steampunk. Ooh, Steampunk is a bit chunky. Here's Guilt. Those two look to be very, very similar in shade, like identical in shade. Steampunk is a bit chunkier, and Guilt goes on like a true metallic. Rose Quartz. In the Temptress palette, the dupe would be Champagne. Here is Rose Quartz, and here is Champagne. So here is what those shades look like, and they look very, very similar. Ember from the Sultry palette. We're gonna do Mistress from the Temptress palette. Here is Ember from the Sultry palette, and here is Mistress from the Temptress palette. So here's what both of those shades look like. Watch Bloom from the Anastasia palette, and then Blush from the Temptress palette. Bloom. Here's Blush. So that's what those shades look like. They both swatch the exact same on the hand. Swatch Birch from the Anastasia palette and Lust. Here is Birch, and then here is Lust. Kind of similar, but looks like Lust is a bit more on the camel side, whereas Birch is more of a bone shade. Cinder in the Anastasia palette, and then Ritz in the Temptress palette. Here is Cinder. So here is Cinder, and then here is Ritz. So here is what both of those shades look like. Swatch. Cinder is a bit more chunkier than Ritz, I've noticed, but those shades are gorgeous. Twig from the Anastasia side, and Uptown from the Temptress side. Is Twig and Uptown. So that's what those two shades look like. Identical, actually. Shades are Tweak, and then we have Desire. So here is Tweak, and here is Desire. Here's what both of those shades look like. I have Dystopian from the Anastasia palette, and then we have After Hour from the Temptress palette. Dystopian, After Hour. Okay, so that's how they look, and they are identical, and they showed up on the eyes the exact same. Two left, yeah. So we have Slate, my favorite shade, and we have Uptown, my favorite shade. Jesus, Whisper, girl. Okay, Slate from the Anastasia palette, and then Whisper from the Temptress palette. So here is Slate, here is Whisper. Let's see if you can see. Okay, so you see what I mean when I say that Slate is like a true gray tone, and then Whisper has more of that lavender shade. Like, you can see the gray, but there's a bit of like lavender purple to it. We have Noir from the Anastasia side, which is that jet black, and then we have Stiletto from the Temptress side. Here is Noir, and here is Stiletto. Stiletto blends a lot better in my opinion than Noir. So that's it for the swatches. I would buy this one because it performs the same as an Anastasia. Some of the shades perform better than Anastasia shades. You know, in my opinion, I'm always gonna go for the dupe if it's a good dupe over the high-end palette. That does not negate that this high-end palette is great as well. If you want to spend the $42 for this palette, then by all means go ahead. If you're just not that girl that wants to, I don't want to say waste, but spend her money on expensive things when she can get something cheaper, then I would say go ahead and get this Temptress palette. It's beautiful. I've been eyeing the Sultry palette for so long. This palette is great for $16. You cannot beat it. A really, really, really good dupe for the Sultry palette. I 100% recommend this palette. That is it for this video. I hope you liked this dupe video. I hope you enjoyed me actually putting the palettes up against each other, which I really don't do quite often because I just like to go ahead and just get the affordable palettes. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to go onto Alter Ego's website and pick up this palette. It's great. I recommend it. That's it. I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.